so today we're going to be making a recipe inspired by Chrissy Teigen.
It's Teigen.
I mean, Teigen is actually Teigen. Her French toast casserole with salted frosted flakes. And here today, I also have my girlfriends joining me. Hello ladies, thanks for coming in today. So to start off with, we're going to cut the croissants into little squares. I chose croissants for this recipe because I love butter and croissants are super buttery. In Chrissy's recipe, she uses French bread. You can use whatever bread you like. You can do a brioche. It can be a couple days old if you want. It doesn't really matter. Any bread will work.
It doesn't make a big difference?
No, it doesn't really make a big difference because it all soaks up the custard and it bakes pretty much the same. So once you have it all cut into little squares, you just dump this over to with the rest of them. And then we're gonna butter our pan. So this is a 9 by 13 inch pan. And I'm just gonna butter it with my fingers with unsalted room temp butter.
I love butter.
I know, butter is great. And when I was a kid, I used to actually just eat butter by itself. I know it sounds gross, but
like you'd eat a stick?
I would go into the fridge and I would just go in there and I'll take a bite and then I'll just, you know, run.
Just sneak
It's crazy. Yeah, no. And then it's funny because as I got older, my little cousin would do the same thing. And I remember like going into the kitchen and opening the fridge and I would look at the butter and I'm like, these are like teeth marks. And I would go to my aunt and I'm like, did someone take a bite of the butter?
She's
and
like,
she goes,
"Who is
no.
eating the butter?"
She's like, no, it's just the ridges from the knife. And I'm like, are you sure? And so I like asked my cousin, I'm like, yo, did you like take a bite of the butter? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
That was you.
Yeah. So once the tray or the pan is buttered, we're gonna arrange the croissants onto the pan and just make sure it's an even layer.
What if I wanted to use like white bread?
Yeah,
Does
white
it
bread.
need to be like a fancy bread?
No, it doesn't have to be fancy at all. It could be any kind of bread. It's really just your preference and what you like.
I like croissants. Definitely croissants.
Yeah.
What if you wanted like a chocolate croissant or something? Would that make it taste weird?
No, I don't think so. I think it will go like just fine. But yeah. All right, so I'm gonna just use the same bowl that we had the croissants in. And I'm gonna use 4 eggs in this recipe because I noticed that the consistency with Chrissy's was a lot like too eggy, and I personally don't like eggs like that. So I'm gonna do half of the eggs. And we're gonna just crack it open. They are huge. Well, that one actually just, you know, busted open anyway, so, but it's okay. We're gonna whisk it.
What if you wanted to go the healthier route and use just egg whites?
I feel like it should be the same consistency. I'm not really sure. I've never tried it without egg whites. I mean, without egg yolks. But
the croissants and butter and everything else.
yeah, but no, yeah, the egg yolks is least of your worries. But yeah. So we're just gonna whisk the eggs, and then we're gonna add all of the other ingredients to make our custard. So here I have 2 cups of heavy cream, and then we're just gonna whisk that in. And then 1 cup of whole milk. I'm sure if you wanted a healthier version, you can find a healthier recipe.
Yeah.
I mean, cooking is trial and error, so you can kind of play around with whatever and then see what works and what doesn't. And then I have a cup of light brown sugar packed. Try to get that mixed in and melted. We also have half a cup of spiced rum because, you know, a little kick or, you know, I don't know. It burns out anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Then what's the point?
What kind of rum is it?
This is a spice rum. I actually bought Sailor Jerry. But I don't know. I think it just gives it like a nice little flavor. It binds well. I mean, I'm sure you can go without it, but I like that part of the recipe.
Rather have it in.
Like a shot? All right, then we have a tablespoon of vanilla, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I love the smell of cinnamon. Reminds me of Christmas. And then half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg and half a teaspoon of kosher salt. If I can get it to come out. All right, so now we just whisk until it's all combined. Can you guys smell the cinnamon?
Yeah.
It smells so good. One of my other favorite spices is cardamom. I wonder if cardamom would go well with this. Cardamom? Cardamom. Really?
Yeah, me neither.
I'll show you what cardamom is. I have some in the pantry.
It's in South Park.
What were you saying, Jocelyn?
It doesn't have to be kosher salt, right? What if it's regular salt?
I think you can use regular salt, but I prefer kosher salt just because it's not too salty. Because I don't like iodized salt because you can taste the iodine. Like I think if your palate is like refined, you can taste the difference in sea salt, kosher salt, and like it's just the saltiness of it.
I never thought about that. Yeah, that's cool.
So it looks about combined. And then I'm just gonna dump it onto the croissants. Let's just put it in the sink. All right. So we're gonna make sure it soaks up all of the liquids.
Already.
I would eat it just like that.
And we have some sugar that wasn't fully dissolved, but that's okay.
Dump that right
Actually, I should just dump it in. It melts in there. You get like one piece of sweetness, extra sweetness. All right, so then once we have it fully covered, we're gonna actually cover it and chill it in the fridge for 6 to 12 hours. So you can actually prep this the night before your party or your brunch and whatnot. And then I'm just gonna set this aside. Once you're ready to bake it, we're gonna preheat the oven at 350 and then take out the casserole and leave it in room temp for 30 minutes before we put it into the oven. This is 3 cups of Frosted Flakes and half a teaspoon of kosher salt already in there. We're gonna melt the butter. This is 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of butter with a little bit of extra from the the pan. And because, you know, we just said we love butter, so extra butter. Okay. I'm gonna pop it in there for about 30 seconds until it melts. Once the butter is melted, I'm gonna drizzle it over the Frosted Flakes, mix it up, and set it aside. Because I prefer the Frosted Flakes nice and toasty and not like over caramelized, because when you leave it in the oven too long, the sugar burns. And so I will add the Frosted Flakes about 5 minutes before it's ready. So we're baking it for 50 to 55 minutes. So at 50 minutes, add the Frosted Flakes, put it back into the oven, and then once it's done, I like to leave it in the oven, but with the oven off. So we'll just butter this.
And you do this step right before you throw it in the oven?
You can just mix it ahead of time too. I didn't find a difference like in it if I mixed it beforehand. But the first time I made this, I put it in right when I was ready to bake it. I just put it in, and it, like I said, the sugar burns fast. So it ended up tasting like just burnt. So I didn't like that. So then I realized it's better if I leave it or I'll add it like that last 5 minutes before it's done. And then it's just nice and like toasted and perfect.
Yeah.
So we'll mix that and set it aside. I actually have one that's already made, so you guys can see. I'll have the racks right here. I'll move this.
And in the meantime, you said to refrigerate the casserole, or
Yeah.
is it just room temperature?
So you refrigerate it for 6 to 12 hours.
Okay.
And then you take it out and you let it sit in room temperature for 30 minutes before putting it into the oven. So I'm gonna plate this for you guys. And I really love this dish because I love texture. And I love the fact that it's soft, it's crunchy, it's like sweet, it's salty. It's like, it's just amazing. All right, so let's see, let's get into this. It smells so good.
It smells really good. I love the cinnamon.
Well,
It
it's just-
really is perfect for like brunch.
It could be, I feel like it could be brunch and it can kind of be dessert too.
Yeah.
All right, let me get a spatula. Let's see. Well, at least it's not, it for sure it's not sticking. All that butter we
All that
used, you
butter,
guys.
yeah.
Hold on, let's see.
Is butter a carb?
Is it? I mean, isn't everything a carb? Right?
I feel like everything-
Even like vegetables are carbs. Really, it's just good carbs and bad carbs.
Yeah.
And everyone loves bad carbs because it tastes so good. All right, let me see.
Ooh, that looks pretty.
All right. This is not the perfect slice, but you know what? It all goes in one way anyways. All right, so I'll have that. I'm gonna garnish with some berries. And I'm gonna grab another little knife.
I'm getting excited.
Do you always use butter, Jannie, or do you ever use like vegetable oil or anything like that?
I think you can use like, you know, like how they have vegetable oil spray or
Yeah.
like different types of oils. You can just use that and then like do the spray instead of the butter. If you want also. Let's see. So let's get some berries in there. We'll cut some of these. Leave some whole.
We're all getting so excited.
And then I like to kind of cut the blueberries in half too because they look really cool when you cut them in half.
I didn't know
Oh,
that.
I did.
Yeah, like they kind of look like a little flower
Those
that's
are
like,
big blueberries.
they are, huh?
Yeah.
They seem really good too. You guys want to try some?
Yeah.
I love it when blueberries are like, that kind of have that crunch. So you're like, you know,
Not like
they're like
soggy.
perfect, yeah. They're like not too soft. And so, I don't think this is ready yet. I think, you know what we need? I think we need some ice cream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot, but let's get some ice cream on this.
I'm taking some of this to go home.
Oh yeah, no, take it.
Yes.
You're gonna take it to work tonight too. All right, where's my ice cream over here? Okay, so let's see. Some ice cream in there. Ooh.
What kind of ice cream is that?
What kind of ice cream is this?
Graham
Central
Station.
Station. I was right. I was told this was the best ice cream flavor, so I was like, all right, we need this. But yeah, I wasn't sure. But I mean, you can go with any kind of ice cream as whatever's your favorite, you know?
Yeah.
Even plain vanilla, I'm sure would be.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Well, let's just scoop this back.
Make it pretty.
And then we're just gonna garnish it with some mint. Mint on top. And there you go.
it's so pretty.
And then you guys get to try it.
Yay.
I'll grab you guys some forks. You guys ready? Let's do this.
Wait, Dad.
I love that warm softness and then like that crunch afterwards, and then you get the cold. It's like the best of all worlds.
It's like a party in your mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would choose
love
anything other than the croissant.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
That is delish.
All right, ladies. Well, thanks for coming today. Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
It's a wrap, guys.
It's a wrap.
Hey, 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 hey.